So in today's video, we're going to tell you exactly how the no contact rule hacks your ex's mind. After the breakup, you probably think that you're the furthest thing from your ex's mind, but that's actually not the case. They fell out of love with you. They told you that they don't want to see you anymore. They're acting cold, bitter, and heartless, towards you, to the point where they don't even remind you of the person that you fell in love with. It's a real painful thing to fall out of love with your best friend. You're at work, you're at the gym fighting back tears because you're thinking about them. And you think that your ex, there's no way that she will want you back. Until you go no contact, that's when the magic happens. So the first thing that the no contact rule does to hack into your ex's mind is to understand that people want what they can't have. As human beings, we're wired to psychologically want things that are exclusive, in low quantity, and to want things that are a little bit out of reach. Think back to when you were younger. What are the posters that you have on your wall? On my wall, I had a Michael Jordan poster, I had a Ferrari poster, I had a Lamborghini poster, but it was something that I wanted to aspire to. Who do you know has a Honda Civic poster on their walls growing up? So we want the things that we can't have because they're in scarcity. The things that are in abundance, we take it for granted. And that's exactly what's happening to you after a breakup. Your ex is taking you for granted because you're doing a lot of detrimental behavior. The crying, the begging, the desperation. It's unappealing and it's pushing your ex away from you. But when you go no contact and you raise that scarcity, you're the Lamborghini on the wall that she's aspiring to, because now you're out of her face. You're not texting her anymore. You're not blowing up her FaceTime. You're not blowing up her DMs. Your attention is scarce and it's raising the value, because things that are in low quantity, rare art, Basquiat's, Warhols, Picasso's, these things are in very low quantity. They're like one of one. And they sell in the millions and the hundreds of millions sometimes. And that's how you need to treat your attention. That's how you need to treat yourself at this point. Your attention needs to be a Picasso. Your attention needs to be a Da Vinci. Your attention needs to be so scarce and so rare that it's gonna raise the value in your ex's mind.
That's when she just starts going just crazy inside. Like the same feeling you had when your ex broke up with you and you're pacing around your house and you're just like a mix between pissed off and then like hurting inside. The feeling of you getting broken up is what she's gonna feel about missing out, is what's gonna happen. She's gonna wish that she still had Murphy back. She's gonna wish that she wouldn't have broke up with him and she just would have gave him that extra chance to improve himself. Maybe it was just like a little something like small and petty that kind of like that made her want to break up with you. And now she's just like going nuts, like, man, why did I do that? We had such a great life together. We had that little ugly ass dog that ran around the house and a beautiful backyard and everything, and now she's just like torn apart because it's like, I feel like he's gone. I'm missing out on him. He's probably with other girls. Like, I've seen all those muscles on him. Women love that. I love that. Wow, how come you didn't have that with me? Like, I want those muscles. I want that Lamborghini. That's what she's gonna be going through. So another thing that's gonna hack your girl's mind with no contact, she's gonna wonder, what if the rebound guy is no good? She's dating this guy, and the moment he starts showing that little sign of weakness, she's gonna be like, man, I done messed up. Because during the first part of the relationship, when you're with somebody, girls will sit there and pick you apart like crazy. You have the new guy, didn't really know much about this guy, but he did something right during the first couple interactions. He's gonna think he's the man when really he's just like really insecure inside. And probably will start being insecure about you once he figures out that you're over here doing what you're doing, getting better, improving yourself, and hitting the gym up and all that. So he's gonna get softer, and softer. And in her head, she's gonna be noticing that, and then she's gonna be thinking like, this guy is really a punk. This guy really ain't as smooth as Murphy is. Man, why did I leave Murphy? Because I know he's gonna start doing the same thing that every other guy does. I think it's about time we take it to the next step and get an apartment together. Get an ugly dog that runs around sniffing butt cracks all day, baby. I think we're ready for that next step. He's gonna start showing his insecurities, and then she's gonna start getting worried about this guy. Like, man, I don't really think he is a man. And she's gonna start thinking about you when or if you start doing no contact properly.
And another way that the no contact rule hacks your ex's mind is by she is starting to become more attracted to you. That may not even make sense to a lot of people, but women thrive on the unknown and the mystery and the doubt and the uncertainty. That only can be created through space though. Because a lot of men, they feel like they have to be in a woman's face all of the time. No, women have to wonder about you. And when they're wondering about you, they're creating scenarios in their mind. And this space is creating sexual tension, which in a lot of cases was the demise of your relationship because it lacked that tension. That sexual tension is about the longing, the wondering, the thinking about them, the pondering, what's on their mind is he loves me not, he loves me not. So when you're not in her face anymore, the thoughts are swirling through her head about what's going on with you. She's creating scenarios in her mind because she doesn't understand where you are, and that's the position that you want to be in.
So what no contact does, it actually takes away control from the woman. It actually takes away the power that she had of having that option of taking you back. Because when she breaks up with you, it's like they kind of know that more times than not, if they just want to get you back, they can just make a phone call and get you back. Text you something sexual and you'll jump in your little Honda Civic and zoom on down to her house. Once that control is gone and it's like they can't have you anymore, that anxiety, all that stuff. So when she loses the power, there's no saying, okay, I'll take him back. It's more like why won't he come back? How come he's not blowing me up? So you're basically flipping the script.
As human beings, it's just a biological drive that we have. We have the freedom of choice. And when our freedom is restricted, it provokes a huge response in us. You take a look at, throughout history, a lot of revolutions, a lot of social uprisings are due to the fact that freedom of control has been restricted. It's exactly how your ex is feeling right now, because where she stood at the start of the breakup was the decision to leave you was hers. He's here. If I want to go back and renege on my decision, I can do that. But by you removing yourself from the dynamic, it's restricting that control. It's taking the freedom of getting you back. That freedom of choice is out of her end now. It's in your hands now. And that terrifies her, and it's going to provoke a response. And if you do this the right way, the next logical step is for her to reach out. And this ties into another reason why the no contact rule hacks your ex's mind, is because they broke up with you out of emotions. A lot of people break up with someone in their mind like 6 months before the actual breakup. They're processing it, they're pondering it, they're mulling over it, they go to therapy, they talk to their mother, they talk to their pastor, they talk to the deacon, whoever. And then weeks later they come to you and it feels like it's like you get T-boned in a car accident. It comes out of nowhere. But they've been mulling over it for weeks on end. A lot of times it's not the case. That's not the case. Usually it's spur of the moment. Maybe it's an argument, maybe it's someone in their ear, maybe one of their girlfriends are telling them, or their mother saying, oh, he's not really the type of person. You need to date somebody that makes six figures, and they make a hasty decision. I've broke up with girls over just a bad argument. We end up getting back together a week later, but it's a bad argument. So they're breaking up with you based upon emotions. And we all know emotions are fickle. Being that you've given that space to the relationship, they say, wow, you know what? I really made a bad decision. It was stupid why we broke up, and it really wasn't that big of a deal.
It could be the smallest thing that you could have done. Even like a spur of the moment type thing, something small. And then you guys just kept arguing about it, which, arguing all it does is make her hate you more and more, okay? So something petty turned into something huge. After 4 days of like arguing over something real petty, I'm breaking up with you, we're done, it's not gonna work anymore, I don't love you anymore. When you split up, her emotions are kind of slowly coming back into play, like, man, did I really fight with this dude and break up with him all because he ate my fruit snack? Something petty like that. You guys will blow it out of proportion by doing this begging, crying, pleading. This little fruit snack of hers that you ate, no big deal, a 25-cent fruit snack, completely turned into a broken relationship, a broken home, a $25,000 divorce. Just like, I'm using fruit snacks as an example, but more times than not, man, it's just like breakups occur over like something small and like petty. You just have to know exactly how to talk to women, how to react to what they're saying, and pick and choose your battles with them is what it is, okay? Because when they start getting in their emotions, they'll start going crazy. They'll start doing things they normally wouldn't and shouldn't do. Let's say like a normal human being wouldn't do. Their emotions are what's like so valuable during a breakup. When they can't have you, it's just like it's their emotions that are gonna go crazy. Keep in mind, it could just be like a test. They could be their emotions. It could just be like they're having a bad week. Their ferret just died, and now they're just like, man, they want to take it out on somebody else. You know, and the thing is, like, people take it to heart and they start like going crazy. And as men, you start getting this anxiety stuff and just like going nuts inside and pacing around your house and like doing things before you even think about it that completely like ruin the attraction and like push her away further. You got to control your emotions for one, and you got to let her do her thing with her emotions. Let her emotions run wild. When you step out the picture, her emotions are going to go crazy knowing that she cannot have you.
And these are topics that are a lot to take in. And that's why we have another video to the left that you need to click on when we delve a little bit deeper into the topic of the psyche after the breakup for you and for them. So go ahead and click that link to the left, and we'll see you on the flip side.
Peace.